today I'm going to start a new chapter, chapter number 3 for class 7 geography, greenhouse effect. Okay, you can refer to your geography textbook from page number 24. Okay, now as you know that other planets in the solar system are either scorching hot or bitterly cold due to its distance from the sun. Okay, but as you know, our Earth basically has equilibrium temperature, neither too hot, neither too cold, because Earth's surface has relatively mild, stable temperature or constant temperature. Earth basically enjoys these temperatures because of its atmosphere that we learned in the previous chapter, in chapter number 2. This atmosphere is the layer of, what we call different, this atmosphere is made up of different layers, which protects us from the harmful rays of the sun, as well as meteoroids, as well as, it protects the Earth as a blanket. So, this is a thin layer of gases that cloaks and protects the planet called our Earth. However, our environment in which we live is composed or made of several components like natural and man-made components that you find in our surface of the Earth. Though the atmosphere protects us, but still we find natural and man-made environments in our surroundings. When these factors basically comes in contact with the environment or the atmosphere, this result in many undesirable effects. So when these factors interact with our environment or with our ecosystem in which we are living, this result in many undesirable effects. Therefore, 97% of planet scientists, 97% of planet scientists agree that humans have changed Earth's atmosphere in dramatic ways over the past 2 centuries, that is over a period of 200 years, which has caused the temperature of the Earth to rise and result in global warming. So in order to understand this global warming, it is first necessary to become familiar with the greenhouse effect. So what is a greenhouse effect? Greenhouse effect. Now, as you know, the atmosphere surrounds the Earth. The atmosphere surrounds our Earth. But during the daytime, the sun heats both land and water in our Earth. And during the night time, the Earth cools off by giving heat in the form of terrestrial radiation. So what I'm trying to say is, during the daytime, both land and water, so this is water, this is land, gets heat from the sun. So I have made a diagram here also, when the Earth gets heated, by the rays of the sun. So both land and water gets heated up during the daytime, during the day. But during the night, the heat of the Earth and water has to evaporate in the atmosphere, Okay, this heat is called, okay, your heat is evaporating is called TERRESTRIA, industrial radiation, which is also called, okay, Earth's heat or Earth's heat given out during night. Okay, because the Earth has to cool down during the night, the temperature would have been stable or constant or balanced if the incoming rays of the sun and the outgoing rays of the sun or the Earth's heat, okay, were equal or balanced. Okay, but some of this heat is absorbed by the greenhouse gases. During the night time, this heat has to evaporate, but this heat gets absorbed in the atmosphere by gases. Gases like carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbon, okay, nitrogen oxide, which is found in the atmosphere. So the main gas which traps the heat of the earth during the night is carbon dioxide. So this is caused by pollution. Okay, so when this carbon dioxide absorbs heat, okay, and when this carbon dioxide absorbs heat, this heat does not escape into outer space. As a result, the heat remains in the earth, which makes the temperature of the earth hot. And the temperature of the earth is gradually rising over the past few years all over the world. This is one of the reasons. The reason is greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases. That is GHGs, okay, which basically traps the heat of the earth during the night, and this causes rise in temperature very slowly. Now, in the past, if you look at the past, okay, if you go to the past, this heat basically of the earth, that is the earth heat or terrestrial radiation, okay, prevented or avoided the earth from becoming excessively cold during the night. But today, you find just the opposite. You find during the night, the heat is more. And due to what? Due to the increase in greenhouse gases. This is known as greenhouse effect. This is known as what? Greenhouse effect. Okay? In order to understand this greenhouse more properly, we can look at the glasshouse. We can look at the glasshouse. Now, we are talking about glasshouse, okay? Glass, glass house, okay? Literally speaking, the greenhouse effect is the same phenomenon that you find in a glass house, or small glass house, or what we call, okay, greenhouse, okay? Where? So what is a glass house? It is made of glass. It is made of glass. This glass house is made of glass or plastic, etc. Okay, where, okay, plants are kept. Where many plants are kept here. Okay, where many plants are kept. So I am making plants here. Okay. So where rare plants are kept, where, okay, like basically special plants are kept in order to protect it from the cold. So why the plants are kept in the greenhouse? In order to protect it from the cold. In order to protect it from cold. Therefore, these plants are kept in a glass house. So in a greenhouse, so this is also called a greenhouse or a glass house. So in a greenhouse, the glass panel, so it is made of glass. It is made of glass. The outer covering of the house is made of glass. The walls, roof, etc. is made of glass. So this glass panel basically lets the light of the sun enter in the greenhouse. Okay? During the day. But during the night, does not allow the heat to escape from the glass. But during the day, you get rays of the sun. But during the night, you find this glass house does not let the heat to escape from the glass house. Okay? Similarly, like the glass house, okay, you find that the radiated heat of the earth does not escape in the outer space during the night time. And this is caused due to what? Due to the rise in the carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere, which is causing global warming. So, similarly, gases in the atmosphere behave like the glasshouse or glasshouse roof, allowing the sun heat to enter but prevents it from escaping from the glasshouse. This heat basically raises the temperature of the earth. Now, what are the gases which raise the temperature of the earth? Okay, let's read about that. Okay, now we are looking at the causes of greenhouse effect. Now, whenever we are talking about the causes of greenhouse effect, it is caused by GHGs. It is known as greenhouse gases. This is also known as greenhouse gases. Okay, like carbon dioxide. Okay, CFCs, which we studied last time. Okay, which is known as chlorofluorocarbons, which is found in aerosols or aerosol sprays and refrigerators. Okay. That is, okay, thrown or damaged refrigerators which emits this chlorofluorocarbons, which basically stays in the atmosphere, okay, for more than 10 years and eats away the ozone. Okay, then we find methane. Methane is produced by animal dung as well as burning of plastics, etc. Okay, nitrous oxide. Okay, ozone. Okay, and water vapor. Water vapor. Okay, so in the previous lesson, we learned that not only ozone but also water vapor protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. It acts as a blanket, it acts as a layer which protects us from the harmful rays of the sun and maintains equilibrium temperature on our earth. So, when it absorbs the heat or solar radiation, okay, this causes the rise in temperature of the earth. Okay, so not only greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, CFC, methane, and nitrous oxide increases the temperature of the earth, but also ozone and water vapor. So, which increases the temperature and causes global warming. Okay. Now, and why there is an increase in these gases, we have to learn about that. This is caused due to human activity. Now, what is human activity? Okay, so human activity means humans are responsible for producing such gases. Okay, so causes of greenhouse gases, we are talking about human activities. ACTIVITIES activities. Okay, are responsible for the rise in greenhouse gases. Okay, like burning of fossil fuels, FOSSIL, fossil fuels, FUELS. Now, whenever we are talking about fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, kerosene, okay, coal, petroleum, kerosene, when burned, they produce gases which basically raises the temperature of the earth because they are basically toxic. Okay, so coal, petroleum are basically fossil fuels. Okay, they are basically found in the sedimentary rocks. Okay, so these gases when burned are lost forever, but they produce gases which harm our atmosphere. Okay, now number 2 is harmful emission from industries and vehicles. Now, whenever we are talking about the exhaust of the vehicles when they run or when they basically are running from one place to another, when they are flying, when they are running, when the vehicles are running from one place to another, they burn petroleum. When they burn petroleum, they produce a gas that is called nitric oxide or nitrous oxide, which is also harmful for the atmosphere because it is one of the gases which basically eats our ozone after chlorofluorocarbons. Okay. The third one is deforestation. Now, deforestation means cutting down of trees in a particular area. Okay. Now, trees basically absorb what? Carbon dioxide. It does not absorb oxygen. It absorbs carbon dioxide. But if the trees are cut down, what happens? There is no such thing that absorbs carbon dioxide. So, let's take an example. If there are trees here, and if there are trees here, if these trees are cut down, what happens? So there is not another thing or object which absorbs carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide basically rises in the atmosphere and stays in the atmosphere. When this carbon dioxide becomes more in the atmosphere, this area becomes an area of carbon sink. This area becomes an area of carbon sink. Where this carbon sink area means an area where we have more carbon dioxide than oxygen. And this carbon dioxide is the reason which basically raises the temperature of the earth. So deforestation is another reason of human activity. Burning of fossil fuels, burning of coal, petroleum, then using vehicles, etc., industries, etc., then deforestation, then number 4, wetlands. Wetlands are low area, where the land is basically moist or saturated with water, rice fields, and livestock. Now, whenever I am talking about natural wetland, livestock, what we call waste, etc. Livestock means animal husbandry, where the animals are kept, when the animals poop, etc. They produce methane. So these wetlands, this rice fields and livestock produces methane gas. They produces methane gas. Then the last one is number 5, that is known as CFCs. This is known as chlorofluorocarbons. CHLORO, fluorocarbons. Now, whenever we are talking about chlorofluorocarbons, these chlorofluorocarbons are found in aerosols. That is aerosol sprays, that we use, paint sprays, not to paint the bikes, etc., or cars, etc. If there is a dent, etc., or if the color is, basically damaged, etc., we use aerosol sprays. This aerosol sprays also contains chlorofluorocarbons, plus, refrigerators or fridge, FRIDG, fridge. Now, which fridge are we talking about? The fridge which has been damaged, etc., which is not working properly, etc. This fridge basically, emits harmful gas called chlorofluorocarbons. When they rise in the atmosphere, they remain in the atmosphere for 10 years. For 10 years. Remember, 10 years is a pretty long time. And in this 10 years, it might basically cause more effect than the carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere. So it is a more dangerous gas. And then the gas that is found in vehicles, that is also called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide or nitrous oxide is also harmful, which directly basically affects our ozone layer. Ozone is made of 3 oxygen atoms. In chlorofluorocarbons, you have got carbons, or chlorine, which eats away the ozone, or the oxygen that is present, or the oxygen atom that is present in the ozone. These are the reasons why, we find the rising temperature of the earth, gradually. This greenhouse gases are the main reason which is raising the temperature of the earth and causing global warming. As a result of atmosphere which makes the earth warmer and raises its temperature. This is known also as global warming because these gases produce such harmful gases which is producing or raising the temperature of our earth. Okay. So hope you find this lesson useful. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.